This is Rigaroga here. I'm me, you're you, and this presumably is as it should be. I am also uh, a bunch of characters, which is probably a little bit insane. Hi, good morning. I am going to be playing some D&D solo, 5e, and in the setting of the Seas of Vodari, using the adventure quick the starting adventure in the quick start guide of this, which is being updated. It hasn't released yet. I supported it in crowdfunding as a backer, and so I got this and wanted to play it. Been trying to figure out, what sort of D&D stuff I can, what sort of D&D trouble I can get myself into, and I have proceeded to do so, as one does. And you may recall that I managed to get myself in all kinds of trouble. In the last episode, we ended on the second of 6 encounters in a jungle run on a cursed island towards a temple of death and a bunch of undead skeletons who are cursed to be on this island guarding a treasure. And then back on the beach, we have a number of hostile parties that are chasing us that we managed to escape from earlier, but that know where we've gone. Or actually, they don't know where we've gone, but they know what the next stage is amongst them. Well, actually, only one of the two parties knows what the next step is. Anyhow, they were and had been fighting amongst themselves and shooting off cannons, their boats rocking back and forth, unable to hit each other, and having their sorties run at each other and firing muskets and flintlocks and doing all sorts of piratey battle kind of things on the beach, where their ships were beached on the sand, unable to sail. But here's the deal. This right here is these skeletons are actually dead. And of the party, the last member standing is Octopus, who managed to pull out of the hat, out of its beak, a victory over the last skeleton. It was down to the two of them, and it was going to be one or the other, and it was going to be a TPK or a victory. So what happened is that those skeletons got taken care of. Amazingly, it was touch and go, to be honest. And then I think Octopus raises up, heals up Turtle enough to get a few hit points and to get Tufi and Plant off the path, sort of stealthing and hiding and sheltering for a long rest. Now, what that means is I've got a little bit of paperwork to do, because this long rest actually turns out to be a milestone reward. It's actually not a milestone reward. It is a situational advancement. They didn't reach a milestone per se, but I had intended, when they landed on the beach, to give them a full night's rest ahead of the other party. But they were separated, and they had to rescue Tufi, and then they dove into the forest, and they never got they never got their long rest. I probably could have long rested everyone else, but I don't think sidekicks level up unless the character does, and so Tufi never got a long rest. So I think they're off in the jungle, and they're taking a long rest. They're getting their hit points back. They're healing up. I think at this point, Tufi now has enough of a has taken enough of a rest to sort of do a Maria Hill kind of double take. Taking off the helmet and going, "Who's the new guy?" Because Tufi hasn't really formally met Turtle yet. And I was going to do that last session when they dove into the forest, but I think they were still trying to get away from the beach far enough that they felt safe, and then they ran right into quicksand immediately once they dove into the jungle. So they did take an hour rest, so technically they probably done this. Maybe let's montage it and say at some point Tufi goes, "Hey, who's this new guy that's been helping out and helped rescue us and stopped us from dying by being a meat shield?" I think they're gonna eat some raw crab meat. I think all of them are capable of eating raw fish without any difficulty. It's not going to be an issue for them because they're all plant. I don't know what plant eats. I really don't. We'll figure it out. I think plant just sort of plants itself down in the rich loam of this jungle, and I forgot to pop out. I knew there was something missing. I forgot to pop out chat, and activity. Hold on. I knew I had some. This is a good point at which to just sort of show you what my screen looks like as I'm playing, because you might find that interesting. Let me get this set up the way it usually looks. And then I'll swap over to desktop and just show you. So here, really quickly, this is my desktop view. This is what I'm looking at right now. Up in the upper right corner, you can see OBS. You can see the D&D basic rules on D&D Beyond. This is the UA for sidekicks. This is the Seas of Vodari quick start. This is the Seas of Vodari starter map with highlighting tools selected so that I can draw on it. This is my information that I have for the campaign and notes and prep. And this is my Twitch live board. It's not active. I think I have 2 people viewing. And then this is Streamlabs activity from Twitch and chat. And there are actually, here, the Turtle package I have also. And I think I may have, no, it's just the 4 things. But I have those up because we're going to do advancement. Anyhow, so that gives you an idea of what my screen looks like. In addition to what my tabletop playing surface looks like. It's pretty busy. There's a lot going on that I try and keep track of. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Anyhow. Yeah, hopefully when I showed you my notes, I didn't show you anything sensitive. Yeah, no, I mean... Oh, there's a 20% off D&D Beyond special right now with the code Facebook20. So if you head over there, I was going to check that out. And then there's notes about some toilets for my new bathroom that my contractor is screwing me over about. Yeah, pretty much. So nothing super special. But there was actually, if you look and you pause, there were D&D solo notes for a campaign that I haven't started yet. So go back and see the Easter egg, as it were. Yeah, so let's do some paperwork. So I think they do some socialization. They throughout this long rest, they're close enough to the beach that I think that they continue to hear the fighting. It goes slower at periods, and then maybe somebody has a slip of the trigger, and they don't have good trigger discipline, and so their finger slips with some sweat, and they fire off, and then the volleys start again. But let's do some paperwork. This might be a little bit boring, I suppose, but it's part of the game. Tufi is going to level up. So let's go ahead and go to D&D Beyond and take a look at Sorcerer. And Sorcerer class. So class features. So we are going to get 4 plus our Constitution is 6. So we're going to get another 6. That brings us up to 15 maximum hit points. And we have now we have 2d6 hit points, hit dice. And what else do we get? We do have proficiency bonus is still 2, so that's all the same. And we do have at second level, you tap into, this is for the sorcerers. It's not going to be super useful yet, but it does become useful later. Sorcery points at second level, you gain Font of Magic. So we've got that going for us. Font of Magic with 2 points. So the way that I've never played a sorcerer before, so this is all new to me. Basically, what we've got is we've got 2 sorcery points that we will be able to use for flexible casting. We can use the sorcery points to gain additional spell slots or sacrifice spell slots to gain additional sorcery points. And we'll learn other ways to use them later, but at second level, we get 2 points, so we can create 1 first level spell slot. And that's all that we really get at this point. We're going to get some meta magic later. Oh, actually, sorry, I missed the table. The table's up here. Okay, so at second level, we're going to have 3 spells known for our first level spells. So we have 3 known and 3 slots. And I was going to take Catapult as my other first level spell. My Sorceress Origin I don't get until 3rd. I don't get some extra spells until 3rd level. So that'll be a moment. I think it's Gust of Wind I get at 3rd level for my Storm Giant Origin. And I think that's it. Right? Let me just really quickly double check Giant Soul. Yeah, 3rd level. Oh, actually, Jotun resistance, 1 HP per level. So that actually gives me 16. So I'm at 16 hit points. Because with Jotun resilience, I gain a 1 hit point maximum every time I gain a level. And yeah, I think that's it. And I don't get that until 6th level. Okay. Yeah, so that's everything for Tufi. So let's make her, let's make Tufi a new card. So this is Tufirlo. And her their AC, dang it, I still keep doing that. is 12, 17 with shield, 16 hit points. Passive perception is 11. Voda, sorcerer, 2. 30, oops, God, 30, 30. Spellcasting DC. Does that change? It does not. Not until my charisma goes up. So until I get the ASI, that's not going to happen. Okay. So 13 and proficiency 2. And I still have -1, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that's our new card for Tufi. Now, it's going to be a little bit more complicated. There are special rules in the UA for the sidekicks that aren't really included here in the Essentials book. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make new cards. Let's start with Octopus. So Octopus is my expert. And expert at 2nd level gains cunning action. And has 16 hit points. Oh God, shut up. And I think we've got AC 14. Okay, Octopus. AC 14. 16 HP. How do they get... Really? How does Expert get 3 hit dice? That's weird, isn't it? How is that right? I think that might be a misprint. Anyhow, passive perception is 12. Expert 2. Speed is still 530. And no spell DC. It's not. It doesn't have spells. Yeah, it's interesting. So they actually start with 2 hit dice. That's weird, isn't it? Anyhow, proficiency bonus is 2. And we've got -3 +2 -4 -3. Is that right? No, that's the old Octopus. Oh, god darn it. That's the 0 level Octopus. I need to do a Man. Oh, there's one. Okay, well, I can't mess this up. I can't mess another one up. Okay, so... Sorry. So, Octopus... AC 14, 16, 12, Expert 2, 5 and 30, 2, and then Expert is 0, 2, 1, 1, and 2. And then these 2 go away. That's Expert 1. And then this is a mistake. Okay, excellent. So I think Octopus is ready. Now, and I just want to be clear, some of this is a combination, like Passive Perception 12 is actually based on level 0 Octopus. And so it's actually Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Whatever. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I do need another one of these. I don't. Do I have one? No, I've got monsters, but I don't have I don't have any more players. Shoot. Okay, well, Turtle's gonna have to be on a monster card for now, I guess. Because I just used it. Okay, so plant. So plant is our spellcaster, and is going to have an AC of 12, and their HP goes to 13. Oops. Wow, that was weird. That was all off in the middle of nowhere. So 13. Passive perception is 10. Well, it's actually 12 here, so we'll give it 12. Spell, heal, 2. Speed is 20. Well, it says 30, but it's 20. And spell DC is 12 plus 2 plus 4 to hit. And proficiency is 2. And our strength is 0, 1, 0, 2, 2, 1. And wisdom is our casting. And I guess we have... Oh, octopus has dex save. Dex proficiency. And then plant has wisdom. And then I think that's everything. So that's plant. Now turtle is going to be a little bit interesting. Okay, so we've got turtle. Turtle is 17 AC or 21 if they turtle up. Their hit points are 22, but they're gonna get... Yeah, I don't feel comfortable not giving them extra. That's just not fair. So 6 plus 2, so they're going to get an extra 8. So that brings Turtle up to 30 hit points. Passive Perception is listed here as 13. And Speed for Turtle is 30. And let's see, we've got... 2... 1, 2, 0, 1, and 1. And Constitution saving throw proficiency. And attacker. Is equals an extra +2 on attack rolls is the martial roll. And what else do I need? I think that's going to be it. So I gotta keep remembering that. And so that's turtle level 2. And there we go. That's our level up bookkeeping. Now, I did also... Let's look up poison arrow. Let's look... Well, actually, let's look up poison. Um, basic poison. You can use it to coat one slashing or piercing up to 3 pieces of ammunition. A creature hit by the poison weapon or ammunition must make DC 10 or take 1d4 poison. So is there crafting? Poison damage, purchasing poison. Hey, Van. Yeah, so I was just trying to sort of think through crafting and harvesting poison. Oh, it's in the DMG, so I can't look it up. Oh, darn it. It's ridiculous. 5e. Craft poison. So yeah, so you need to have a poison kit. It seems like. It says there's rules in the player handbook. Proficiency with the Poisoner's Kit lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make to craft or use poisons. So we should be able to make it. We just don't get to add our proficiency bonus. Yeah. So it's just the bonus. So you can try to craft it. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like the DM says, "Well, you can try." But you know what? We have a secret weapon. And that secret weapon is that oh, wait. Yeah. So the spellcaster got Bless, which is going to add, or actually a Guidance, which is going to add a D4, a potential D4 to our check. Our Expert is going to make a help action, and that's going to give us advantage. And so we're going to actually roll. Tufi is going to try and make poison with the help of our octopus and our plant. And so this is what we're going to do. We're going to roll no proficiency bonus, but I bet we make it. Let's find out. Oh, you know what? We didn't. Well, no. Well, we made 11. That's slightly better than human. So would a normal human be able to craft a poison? Yeah, but it's a nature check, right? It's a nature check. Don't I have nature? Hold on. Let me check. No, I don't. I don't have nature. I don't think 11 was enough. Honestly, I think it was probably like a DC 15 in order to make poison. I think we tried. We gave it the college go. I know. I think I have to stick with it. I have to stick with it. Because like the example that's included here. Whoa, what is that doing in my pocket? Oh, look at what's in my pocket, Van. Hold on a second. Let me show you. I don't know how well this will show up, but this was in my pocket just now. Do you know what that's from? That was in my pocket, hanging out. I know how it got there, but I forgot that it was in there. Yeah, it won't stand up. Uh, exactly. Bingo. It's actually the in the list when they list what colors are for which factions or whatever within the Illuminati. That's financial division. You got it exactly 100%. Good on you. I actually have the two of the Illuminati membership kits in their boxes somewhere. Actually, I got it. I gotta look. I think they might be right here. Let me look. No. Okay, I don't know where they're at. No, that was too good to be true. I actually don't have them out. They're packed up in one of the boxes that I have all my stuff in because of the contractors. Yeah. Anyhow, so that's pretty cool. All right. Well, we did level up. So Van, what I did is I did the paperwork for leveling up all four of our characters. Well, character and then the three sidekicks. And I selected as my extra first level spell a spell called Catapult. And let me find that for you. God, this thing where I don't have a keyboard is not is less than useful. Okay, catapult spell. Is that actually on D&D Beyond? Oh, it is. Catapult is a first level spell. It's an one action. It only takes somatic, so you only have to use hands, which is really awesome because that means I could be gagged, and I could have no material components at all, but I could still like flick my finger and cause this thing to happen. It causes a dex save and bludgeoning damage. Choose one object weighing 1 to 5 pounds within range that isn't being worn or carried, and the object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose before falling to the ground, stopping early if it impacts against a solid surface. If the object would strike a creature, the creature must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the object strikes the target and stops moving. When the object strikes something, the object and what it strikes both take 3d8 bludgeoning damage. And at higher levels, I can increase the amount of pounds that I can move and the damage. Yeah, it's jazz hands. And so it's perfect for like the situation that I found myself in while I was in captivity. And I do have now 2 sorcerer points, which I can. The only thing I can use those for right now is to gain an extra first level spell slot. So technically, I can cast 4 first level spells at this point, which is up by 2. So I only had 2 before. Yeah, and so that's where we're at. So we're off on the side. Now, here's the deal. Now that we're done with our paperwork, the deal is that after the long rest, what we notice is that all of a sudden, the sounds of the forest, of the jungle, get louder. Sort of the ambient noise of the jungle, which was on sort of this side of the island. Actually, sorry, let me switch back. So from the interior of the island, the sound was still coming quite loudly. But from this side, it had mostly been quiet. And the reason why was because all of the insects and all of the animals were scared by the sounds of cannons and flintlock and screaming and basically all of the sounds except lightsabers and blaster weapons that you would have heard in Rogue One. Did I spill? I spilled some water here. Hold on, I need to. I have wood floors, and I seem to have spilled some water right there. Let me just really quickly. Let me just really quickly get this. Sorry about that. I must have spilled some tea. And I just didn't want to. I just don't. It's wood floors, and they're old wood floors, so it's actually it's like regular old shellac. So if I leave the water on too long, it sort of gets all icky. Yeah. Yeah, it's totally true. They do. I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to sort of stealth run ourselves as far as we can. I mean, the fact that and this would have happened here, as the DM, I know that this would have happened at this point. It was going to happen whenever they long rested, because the long rest took them to the point where that sort of threat counter counted down. Now, we don't know why that noise from the beach of battle has stopped. But it has, and that means somebody won, or they're teaming up, or something. But we know that at least Captain Taggart has the map and the journal, and the journal will include all of the information about what is true about this jungle and about the temple. Taggart would have already probably read that, we can guess, on the trip here that took a couple days. Captain Mags does not have that information because Mags did not get it from Tufi while Tufi was in captivity. But Mags was going to try and force Tufi to march in front and lead the way. So yeah, they need to. Let's roll stealth checks. Let's do it. We're gonna keep doing. We're gonna head back, and we're going to chase them down. Let's do a threat counter. This is a trick from ICRPG. We're gonna do a threat countdown. So let's roll a 1d4, and this is when the unknown bad thing will begin to happen. And this is a way of telling the players that they need to get their keysters in gear. So our threat timer is 3. And I'm going to put that here because I'm playing solo, and so I know that what's going to happen is when the threat counter counts down, we are going to start chasing with a party from the beach. So what that really means is that right about here, I mean, even if we do stealth checks, we're not going to get very far before the other party starts to make their way. And unfortunately, up to here, we've cleared the way. So they may get caught in the. They may get caught in that quicksand. but they won't be attacked by skeletons here. So let's go ahead and let's move our party up to here. Let's do a stealth check with guidance and help. So this is our group stealth check, and it's going to be a +3. So that's 17. So what's my DC? What's my DC? The ICRPG way to do it is to have a target number that increases. So if we go, let's say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So this is a average human level of stealth. You know, what an average human would be capable of. And this is halfway to heroic. So we did plenty to stealth our way past whatever this was. So we've got a check mark. This we failed, and this we failed. Well, we didn't fail, but I mean, we got attacked, and we cleared it. So we're going to move one. That means, well, and that's the end of that turn. That's the end of the turn. Our threat counter goes down to 2, and then we move to the next one. We're going to cast guidance and use the help action and roll stealth. So it's +3. That's 16. That's plenty. We didn't even need the guidance to meet our target of 13. And so that means that's the end of the turn, and that means we move to 1 on our threat counter, and then we'll move forward 1 more. And with guidance and help action, we're gonna try to stealth through here. That's 2 18s with a 4 guidance and a +3. That's a dirty 25. I think we did fine. So we made that one. We made that one. So that's the end of this turn. Our threat counter is now 0. And that means some baddie is moving in to this space. And it's clear. We should give them a chance to screw up on that. So let's do them a DC. Actually, what was the quicksand? We had whole rules for the quicksand. So let's use them again. Quicksand. Okay. Quicksand was a DC 15. Yeah, but we killed the crabs. The only crabs left are the tiny ones. You know, snack size. So we're going to give them a roll. It's going to be a DC 15. And they got a 2. So they failed. They failed here. So that means they're going to spend an extra turn here. Yeah. I think it's been 8 hours. Would another huge crab have moved into the territory of that huge crab? It feels a little early. I think it would have been like, I think it would take time for the sort of territories. Like a huge crab would have a huge catchment of you know, territory, or some other animal. Yeah. Um, oh, I feel like I'm being too mean to them though, but screw them. Let's go ahead and do let's do our 51 and above. Something has moved in, and it'll be off of the random jungle encounters. So 51 and above. That was only a 39, so nothing has moved in yet. So, Van, I totally get you. I see where you're getting. But I think RN Jesus has given them a pass. Um, but they're stuck in the quicksand. So they did fail something. So they're going to be stuck in the quicksand for one turn. That means I have a threat counter of 1. So we're going to move our party up 1. And now we're going to do our stealth with guidance and help action. Now this last... Actually, let me... as we continue... This is the final encounter in the jungle. So as we continue down this twisting path deeper and deeper into the jungle, based on what I know from reading the journal to Plant and Octopus while we were on the island, considering whether to take this call to adventure, we notice that the thick green jungle starts to turn black and withered. The branches are full of dead leaves, and thick black vines can be seen sort of entwining from tree to tree, and they block out the bright sun. And the dim light that was green coming through the jungle has become now sort of a gray color, and all of the jungle sounds now that we were hearing surrounding us in surround sound are now behind us. At this point, the sounds of life and energy and sort of the vivaciousness, overabundance of a jungle it's stopped. It's like we stepped over that line. You know when you like go into a hardware store or something like that, and they have the AC blowing, like the industrial AC, and you're outside and it's humid, and then you step inside and all of a sudden it's cold. All of a sudden everybody gets chills. It's not necessarily cold, but it's definitely not living and good here. Now it's interesting. At this point, the actual adventurer says, by the way, by this point in the adventurer's players should be ready to advance to second level. If the players ask for a long rest while traveling through this section of the jungle, the rest is uneasy and filled with nightmares. During any rest, if the characters do not set up a watch or fail, then they're attacked by skeletons. If the characters do not take a rest, have them encounter 1d4 plus 2 pirate skeletons patrolling the path. The skeletons are 120 feet down the path towards the temple and are partially obscured by the thick foliage. 2 of the skeletons are arguing. Van, this is where you get to come up with a good dialogue, right? The 2 of the skeletons are arguing loudly about which of them is uglier, better with the blade, or some other nonsense, and the players should easily be able to hear the shouting. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Some places like that feel serene, even though they're abandoned and run down. There is a cathedral in Glastonbury that was destroyed during the Reformation, and even though it was under bad circumstances, that monastery or cathedral or whatever pretty close to the tour. You can actually see the tower from where it is, but there's actually a plaque in the ground at this this monastery. It's one of the ones that Henry destroyed. Henry ordered destroyed, and then Cromwell actually did the dirty deed. I don't know which one, but anyhow, there's a plaque that claims that this was a place where King Arthur had been buried. Anyhow, so yeah, okay, so here's the dialogue from Van. Van in chat has given us our dialogue, our nonsense dialogue. Skeleton 1, oh, pish posh, mine's better than yours. Skeleton 2, come on, love, you know you cannot believe that. I'm better. And besides, mine won first prize. Since we're doing Scottish accents, you know, the blue ribbon, Scottish under the kilt ribbon. Yeah, anyhow. Yeah, totally, Van. That's the dialogue. We're going to roll our stealth, and we're going to see if we can stealth past these guys. And, so let's roll 1d4 plus 1. So let's roll our 1d4 plus 1. And that's actually 4. So it's actually 5 skeletons. That's one more than wiped our keisters back here, just for the record. But we're going to roll guidance and help action plus 3 stealth. Ooh, look at that. That's a 2 and a 10, so we'll take the 10. Our guidance is 2, and we got plus 3. That is literally our challenge rating. That is our DC for this. So we, by the skin of our friggin' teeth, managed to get past those guys. Now, that means our threat counter goes down to 0. And then, so these guys can move again on the next turn. Right? Yeah, anyhow. So we move past this. Now, let's do really quickly, let's see how many turns we have ahead of this this whatever it is, this party. So our DC was 15, so let's have them roll DC 15. Okay, that was a 12, so that was a fail. So we've got 1 and 2. So we've got 2 before they move up to this one. There's nothing left here for them to fight, but they did. They are going to have to have a random encounter here. So let's give them DC. Let's give them DC 15 to get, just sort of how long does it take them to get by it? Well, that's not fair. DC 15 was for the quicksand. This is DC 12, so they need DC 12 to get by here. They succeed there. So that's one more turn. And then they need DC 13 to get past this one. They fail. 1, 2. So we've got 2 more. And then they advance. DC 14. A natural 20. So I think they rush past it without losing a turn. Is fair. And then they run into the skeletons having their still talking about which one is better. And 1. And so they lose 1 more turn. So we've got roughly about 6 turns ahead of this party into the next thing. And the next thing... Yeah, and they're still drinking tea. Yeah. Okay, so we're done with that. Okay. So I don't know how far we're going to get, but I want to get at least a little ways in. Maybe we'll get 6 turns in. I don't know. But yeah, let's pull out. Let's get our threat timer going. So we've got 6 turns ahead of that party. Okay. So I don't think I have a handout or anything that shows this temple. I have the map, but there's no image of the temples. So I can't share that. But what I will share... Let's find out. Yeah, we need to find out if doors need unlocking or what. So as the characters travel, the landscape starts to rise, and small rocky outcroppings start to poke out of the undergrowth. The path that we've been following through the dark and twisted jungle just comes to an end as the stream that it followed from the beach sort of veers sharply to the north. About 100 yards away, there's a massive rocky outcropping that towers above the jungle and is covered in vines. Basically, I mean, this is sort of Mesoamerica. This is the sort of Aztec sort of pyramid in the jungle that is covered in vines all the way to the top. And there's about a 60-foot tall skull that's been carved into that rock face, and the carving is bleached white, and the eye sockets glow orange, lit from within. So somebody's home, apparently. And the only entrance appears to be the mouth, which is about a 20-foot climb up that outcropping. Yeah, my other party, my other campaign in Stranger Things, they are faced with an evil priest who's trying to, who is in service to Orcus. So they're facing some pretty serious. Whoa, wow, it's windy out there. The wind is blowing crazy. There was thunderstorms here all night. It's the temperature today is going to rise only 5 degrees, but it was enough to cause the storm, the weather fronts to interact enough that I got a bunch of thunderstorms. The cats were all freaked out last night. Yeah. So yeah. This one, we are not meeting a priest of Morto per se, but we do know that Captain Blackheart is probably here. Because Fayette's journal would have told us that. And so we're facing a sort of minion of the god of death in this setting. Not great. Okay, so what we've got is climbing the vines to the entrance. To reach the entrance, we're going to do a DC 13 athletics check. I don't have anything like fly. I mean, I could thunderwave and like send us 10 feet in the air. Do like the Doom or the Quake thing where you fire the gun at the ground and launch yourself. So we're gonna do Turtle is gonna do a athletic strength check. And that's going to be +4. Octopus is going to take the help action. Plant is going to do guidance. Yeah, and an octopus that can grapple and a shapeshifter. So let's, yeah, turtles just fall. Yeah, um, yeah. I think the help action it includes octopus, using suckers to make sure everybody is we could suckered to turtle's back, like a webbing, a netting. Anyhow, I'm sure that actually one of Turtle's weapons is a net, a combat net. And so I think that that's probably sort of like a bandolier across Turtle's back. And so I think we have plenty of places to hold on. Plant doesn't weigh anything. Octopus, it hardly weighs anything. The only and Tufi's tiny. Octopus is like 6 feet tall and weighs 300 pounds. So I don't think that this is going to be an issue. But I think with suckers and the net and all of that stuff, I think we're definitely, and we've got rope and pitons and all that kind of stuff. So we gather our resources. Let's do our DC check. That's a natural 20. And even without guidance, that's a natural 20. We have zero issues climbing this. I really, honestly, I want to get Turtle gloves of swimming and climbing, because Turtle doesn't have a swim speed, and I think that that's important in this particular setting, if you know what I mean. So I think I think we zoom right up. So that's one turn. Well, you know what? It's not with a natural 20. That's not even one turn yet. I think we just Turtle's a turtle. So Turtles from the Turtle package. Let me just really quickly. So this is the Turtle package, which is a supplement for Tomb of Annihilation. And I grabbed that because I was using the Turtle, and so I wanted the rules and stuff. But yeah, it's basically they're like 6 feet tall. 6 feet tall, like I don't know, 400, 500 pounds. They're omnivorous, turtle-like humanoids with leathery skin, bulky shells that cover most of their bodies. 6 feet tall, 500 pounds. Don't wear anything other than belts and harnesses for carrying stuff. Yeah, yeah. The turtle is a turtle, and was drinking at the bar. Walking tank, totally. Yep, exactly. The turtle was drinking at the bar while we were getting our keisters handed to us by the rival gangs of Taggart and Mags, and I added Turtle as a warrior sidekick because of that battle, because I realized there was just no way I could even continue without the extra sidekick. It was going to be too hard. So that was me balancing out the party composition a little bit. And we did discover yesterday morning how necessary that was, because that TPK, if not for Turtle, we would have been dead again. I did have a plan for how to deal with that, but Turtle was able to hold off the skeletons long enough that we were okay, and Octopus was able to finish off the last one. But let's go ahead and just really quickly zip back over here. So we've zipped up. Haven't even really used a turn yet. And we're looking into the mouth of the skull entrance, and it's a 60-foot long sort of square stone passage. So on our thing, we're gonna. Here's the mouth, and it's 60 feet long. This is a square, and that's 5 feet. That square right here is 5 feet. And so we've got what we can see here, and we have dark vision. Almost all of us, I think, have dark vision. 60 feet. So one, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's some steps here. And we see. And this is essentially what we see so far. Yeah, this is a smelly mouth, man. This is a smelly mouth. You kiss your mom with that mouth? And then right in the middle here, this is actually this is a big stone skeleton head. So there's a skeleton head inside the skeleton head. That's very alien. Oh yeah. That's a good question. So this is all we see right now so far. I need to bookmark. Need to bookmark. I'm gonna bookmark that page. And then we're going to go back to the entrance. So it's about 10 feet wide, 10 feet high. Stonework is ancient, but generally intact. The hallway ends in a staircase that we can see here at 60 feet. Bark, 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 bark. And then it. Well, that's weird. It says it descends, but actually on the map, the way the you know how you put the downside on the point of the triangle. So the text says that it goes down, but the map shows that it actually goes up. Okay, let me read ahead. Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna do our octopus is going to. Actually, turtle has a really high perception. Why does turtle have such a high perception? Plant is going to do a... Oh, it's wisdom. Yeah, plant is going to do a perception, and so that's going to be 2 plus proficiency is 4, so that's going to be a +4. And octopus is going to do help action, and I don't know. We're going to pretend that plant has cast guidance on themselves. So that's 18. So that's it's dirty, but it's above 20. So that's a heroic level of perception. Even without guidance. So we won't necessarily even need that guidance. That is plenty against the DC to perceive that as they get to right about here, that there are actually two side-by-side pressure plates. And they are... they're only 5 feet, so they can just toss each other over them. And so I think that's what's going to happen, is that we're going to just do a hop and a leap. Honestly, 5 feet is nothing, so I'm not even going to try. I mean, they could just climb up to Turtle's shoulders and then leap over, and they'd be... you know what? I don't want to disarm. And the reason I don't want to disarm is because we're being followed. Do I know that? Do I need to roll an insight to see if I know that? I've got to assume I'm being followed. I know they're going to follow me at some point. So yeah, so I'm gonna remember that those are there, but I'm gonna leave them armed. Yeah, they totally they know something's up. I mean, they knew that those guys that they were being followed. Because they've been chased. Anyhow, it's obvious. It's obvious to anybody with a brain. So maybe skeletons wouldn't know, but these guys would. That they're on a shot clock. And in speaking of the shot clock, I'm going to call that a turn, and we're going to go ahead and count that down to 5. Let's fill in the rest of this room now that we're in it. It's kind of a weird oblong room. And then what we see against this back wall is we see 2 doors side by side right up there. I don't know if I should be in front, but oh well. Okay, let me just double check here. Yeah, so with that heroic level of perception, I'm just going to go ahead and read that that they see. So they enter in. They get past those trick plates, pressure plates, and they descend. Well, it says descend stairs in, but there are no stairs there. They enter into the temple, and it's a dark room with odd angles, and it's roughly 30 feet wide, 25 feet at its deepest, with a 15-foot high ceiling. And then across the room is a short staircase that ascends to a raised antechamber. So actually, when it was saying descending stairs, it may have been meaning some stairs that aren't on this map, maybe. So we have ascending stairs at the other end to a raised antechamber over here. I don't think they use any light. Turtle may not be able to see very well. So I think Turtle, oddly enough, has their hand on Plant, and Plant is using tremor sense to sort of get a sense of where the walls and things are. I mean, that's silly, right? Octopus and Tufi both have dark vision. So maybe we should split the party differently. Are we going to do it that way? So Tufi is guiding Turtle, and Plant and Octopus are fine. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Tufi and Octopus can both see Plant has tremor sense. But yeah, it's spooky, spooky dark. But we don't. The point of that exercise is as much to say that we do not have a source of light. And sorry, I'm just reading up. Give me a second. Okay, so when the characters get to here, as they're kind of rounding through the room, not necessarily staying close to the walls, they start to feel this sort of not just spooky, but actually physically ill, like almost energy being drained by this skull. So they're all going to move to the sides to get away from that skull. And then at this point, we have 1, 2. Everyone except for Tufi. Here's skeletons coming. And they come from which way is west? Okay, so north is actually this way. But it doesn't say which. It doesn't say where they come from. Like, I think they come out of one of the sides. They just sort of wander in. And I think they're going off on an adventure. Yeah, just roll if they're on patrol. Well, I think they're heading out. I think I think I don't even need to roll necessarily that they're on patrol. They're definitely on patrol. But what we're gonna do is do skeletons. Where are my skeletons? Skeleton. Dark vision 60. Is there any way that these guys can hide? I mean, seriously, is there actually any way? The skeletons have to walk within 5 feet. They can't. There's no way they can't notice. There's nowhere to hide. But I guess what we're gonna do, we're gonna roll stealth for surprise, because I think that's fair. So we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll as we do. And we're going to roll for stealth. So do we get surprise? 17 with a +3 is a dirty 20. So that's a heroic level of stealthy. So we're not able to completely hide. I think we know that. We're looking at the room. Everybody but Turtle can see plainly that there is is really nowhere to fully hide. But what they do is they hunker around the edges. So this room, it's got these little corners over here. So they're kind of hiding in these corners as the skeletons come down, and then the skeletons are coming around the corner. And there's 4 of them. So let's get our let's get prepared. We're gonna drag it. Oh wait, here it is. I knew I had my hipster PDA here somewhere. I need to refill this one. I've got plenty to refill it with. I just need to do it. So skeletons are 13, 13. And there are 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is our first thing. And so I think now we're going to... we got stealth. So we're going to get a surprise round. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. So we've got skeleton is a 1, so that's going to be good for me. Turtle at 2, plant at 7, and Tufi at 15, and octopus is at 1. Who has the better dex? They are tied for dex. Ties go to defenders. So let's go ahead and do that. So we've got Tufi, plant, turtle, skeleton, octopus, but we're going to get 1 surprise round. So Tufi goes. Magic missile. So we're going to do... and this is against each 3 of them. So we're going to pick... The first 3 we're going to do magic missiles. Oh, okay, we got more dialogue. Van has more dialogue in chat. I say, look here, Johnson. Uninvited guests. I say, Warwick, such audacity. Not even invited. We didn't have time to prepare little cucumber sandwiches. Okay, so we've got 1 and 4. And that's +1, so that's 2, and then 5 and 2 damage. And magic missiles. So Tufi sort of aims those magic missiles, hits 3 of them. The room brightens up a little bit as those magic missiles flare off, and we see as those magic missiles go off, and any time that light goes off in this room, we notice that emanating from that skull in the middle is a darkness that doesn't dissipate. It's just sort of, it's a miasmic darkness that rises, burbling and bubbling out of that skull. It's a necrotic, awful, disgusting, underneath the jungle floor fungus, black growth, kind of halitosis, like you said before, Van, sort of rising out of that black skull. And so that is going to be Tufi. Plant is up. Plant is going to attack with quarterstaff. So Plant is going to move up and attack one of these guys with a quarterstaff. And our quarterstaff, we learned before, is going to be a +2 to hit, and then a 1d8 damage. And then if we damage it, it's going to be double damage because of the vulnerability to bludgeoning. So let's go ahead and hope that this works. We're going to use guidance because they would have had it cast already. And that's only a 1. Unfortunately, even with guidance, that is not enough to hit. Oh, wait. Oh, no, no, no. Actually, it is. It's +2. So that's 13. We didn't need to use our guidance. That is a full 8 on the die roll. So that is fully 16, which is enough to decimate that last skeleton. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 was the closest one to Plant. Plant just smacks the crap out of, like, right square on the head, and it does the sort of the bone rattling and straight down, and a shiny monocle, and this is for you, Van. A shiny monocle appears right on top of the skeleton, the bones, the shattered bones. So that was Plant. Turtle goes. Turtle is going to attack with their trident, and they're going to do a two-handed overhead attack. We can use guidance if we need it. That's 14 to hit. We don't need guidance, and that's 6 damage. Actually, it should have been a D10, but I'll take the 6 anyway. And 3 is now dead. Okay, and then skeletons. It's still the surprise round, as a reminder. So skeletons are skipped this time. Octopus is up. And Octopus will give Tufi the help action. And use a... Yeah, I was going to use a bonus action to, like, disengage or something, but I don't think Octopus needs to do that yet. Because the skeletons can't even get by Tufi. That's like, it's less than 5 feet. It's like, it's 2 feet wide at the top of that skull. So Tufi now it has to make a choice. Do we cast another spell that costs a slot? And I think we do not. I think we're going to cast Firebolt, which is going to be a... Oh, you know what? Skeletons are immune to fire, aren't they? Are they? They're not, though. It's only poison. So yeah, so the fire would crack and crumble their bones. So they're not immune to that. So let's use Firebolt. And we've got the help action. We've got guidance if we need it, and it's a 1d10 fire for damage. So let's go ahead and do that. That's a natural 20. That's an 8. So we don't even need to use our guidance. That's a total of 16. This skeleton here is completely wasted. No issue at all for Tufi. There's only one skeleton left, and we are at the top of the turn order. Plant is going to, advance around the skull. Oh, sorry. We're at the top of the turn order. We need to advance our threat counter down to 4. Yeah, so that level up... That was good. That was spicy good sauce. That was the secret sauce, my friends. We needed that badly. So Plant is going to attack with... I don't think we... I can't remember, but I think we've got guidance left. So we're going to roll that, and then we're going to do... Quarterstaff was 1d8. overhead. So we're going to go ahead and roll this and hope that we can finish this now. That's 14 plus our regular. That's plenty. That already hits. So we got 3 damage, which is not enough to get rid of it. So that skeleton is at 8. No, sorry, 6, because of double damage. So it's another 3. So that takes it to 11. It's still not dead, but we got double damage because it's vulnerable to bludgeoning. Man, if we had just gotten 4, it would be dead. So turtle attacks. Turtle is going to attack with the versatile trident. And that went off the roller, but it was not cocked die. It's a 14. That's plenty to hit. We got 2 damage, and that is actually enough to destroy it. So these skeletons are wiped. I gotta tell you, that is much more comfortable as a victory than the previous run-in with skeletons, which almost ended in our TPK. So that one level somehow managed to... well, plus I'm using help and guidance a little bit better than I was. I think that lesson has started to really seep in, that's how I have to use these sidekicks. Because the sidekicks are a new rule, and a lot of people have complained that they're really not very fleshed out. They're not supposed to be, of course, but the rules are a little bit wiggly. And so what I'm learning is that this is how I need to do it. Octopus needs to give the help action instead of actually taking an action during these situations. Okay, so those skeletons are down. So then we're going to continue on up here. I think what we see, we're going to fill out the rest of this corridor. And we see that there's doors on all the extra areas. So this small little antechamber that we find ourselves in, once we step over the bones and skeletons and collect their monocles, as we do, the small antechamber connects with the lower entrance via the staircase, and there are heavy wooden doors on the left and right, and there is steel double doors in the center. And Van, you're totally right. Let's go ahead and do help action and guidance if we need it. So 13. Check for traps is perception, yeah. So we've got like a +4. So let's give him 15. Let me just take really quickly a look. Oh. I think as we're looking at these, doors, what we're noticing is that these 2 center doors that we approach, I think Plant, because Plant is at a totally different angle than anybody else. I think Plant is looking into the lock and notices that there are some spikes there's 2 locks, one on each door, and is noticing that there's some spikes that are in the lock, and mentions that to everybody. So we have, you're totally right on that. There were traps to notice, and Plant did find those mechanical spike traps. Just barely. Just barely. Yeah, I think as we're looking, I think Arcana +4. Yeah, we didn't need to use guidance, so let's use that again. 14 +4 is 18. So that's an Arcana check. Plant, also while examining these doors, senses that there is not just a mechanical component to these doors, but there is actually a magical lock, an arcane lock that is on this door. And so I think basically the point that Plant makes to everyone, hi, this is Jen, that is walking on the desk. And just a moment ago, Resh jumped into my lap as well. So I just a second ago, I had two cats that were attacking the playfield. Resh likes to thwap her tail over here in this area. And so anything that I put here gets moved around by her tail. Where's my pointer? Let's put a cool cat into cat. There we go. Cool cat. Yeah. So we have arcane locks on those two doors. And so that means basically Plan is explaining that, look, we could try, but there's a physical trap and there's an arcane lock. We need to find the key, or else we're gonna have a serious issue. So we have to pick one of these two doors. Which door do we pick, do you think? Should we go left or right? Yep, adventure over. Yep. Time to go home. Nothing to see here. Move along. In case you are not up on current events, this door is locked. But we have two doors to explore. We have one to the left and one to the right. Do you have a preference? What do you think? Should we come from where the skeletons came from? I'm basically pretending that they came from this direction for no good reason, except that that's where I put their little pyramid as they were coming out. So one might, I think, surmise, perhaps, maybe, that they were patrolling and came from that direction, and that maybe there's nothing else. Okay, yeah, you're totally right. Let's just roll odd right, even left. That's 5, so that's odd. We're going to go to the right. So we're actually going the other way. So we're going to go to this door. We're going to listen, by gum. And I don't know what's behind there yet. But we're going to take the help action. You know what? I'm sorry. I've got to kick this timer down again. There's been plenty of time for a turn to go by. And that's 8 plus 2, and then plus 4, 14. I mean, that's not great. So let's find out what's behind there. What do we hear? We do not hear anything. Okay, this is a wacky room. Okay, so we open that door and we move into this room. We hear Bob Ross painting. Yes, no, that's Dungeon of the Mad Mage, man. Happy little dungeon. So we don't hear anything. So we go ahead and the door easily opens. And then so what we see is the room is like 25 feet wide with a 50-foot long rectangle, or it's 25 feet wide and 50 feet deep. With the center, there's a little pinch in the wall. And as we look, what we see is that the room is actually only like as we enter, we see ourselves from across the way. The the room is only half size. There's a big mirror right in the center, on the far wall, and it's reflecting a small table that's in the center of the room, and then a bearskin rug that's laying on the ground here. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think so. Let's find out. Um, wow, how silly. Okay, okay, so here we go. You ready? Okay, so as we're looking around the room, we're in the room and we're looking around. Closer look. The table. It has a candlestick on it. There's an open, empty, carved wooden box, two green chairs, the bearskin rug on the floor, and I think as we're going around, we're gonna do a perception check. Yeah, there's no. Yeah, I think. I mean, we're just gonna look around, I mean, we can do. I think Plant will try to do an Arcana check. A 10 and a 15, not great. I mean, well, plus 4, 14. Um, I mean, I think Plant looks around. Well, clearly there's something not right about this room. Tufi and Plant will come around the corner. Um, the the and I think Tufi will take a look at the mirror, just sort of trying to see. Actually, so at this point, I think when I said this is the point at which the characters realize all of a sudden that they aren't actually reflected in the mirror. Like they just assumed that they were in the mirror. Um, there actually is no reflection, of the characters. The table is reflected. The candlestick, the green chairs, the bearskin rug, the room, everything is reflected, except the characters aren't. So Tufi, being ridiculous, is gonna like just sort of reach out and touch the mirror. Just sort of like, okay, so what is this? Plant did an Arcana check and said, I mean, it's clearly there's something weird going on, but I don't know what it is. And Tufi like just sort of like touches the mirror just a little bit to just sort of see like, so is it really there? And then what happens is that there's like this illusion of sort of a glassy mirror surface look, a texture that just drops. And now what is obvious is that this is actually a 50-foot deep room, and there are 2 chairs, 2 candlesticks, or 4 chairs, 2 tables, 2 candlesticks, 2 boxes, 2 bearskin rugs, and that for some weird reason there was an illusion of a mirror in the center. And it is at that point that we get. I need to look this up and see what we get. Brown bear. Brown bear. So brown bear. Let's get rid of this. Let's just fold it over. We'll do BB for brown bear. And I think actually we've got skeletons in here still. Let's get rid of the skeletons out of our list of things. And then our brown bear is AC 11, 34 hit points. Oh, snap. Okay. So, now, the reason why I looked up brown bear is because this brown skin rug animates into a brown bear and attacks Tufi. So let's roll initiative. Okay, brown bear and Tufi and plant. Brown bear is at 4. Tufi is at 19. Plant is at 3. And let's roll for turtle and octopus. Turtle is at 1, and octopus is at 9. So Tufi, octopus, brown bear, plant, turtle is our turn order. Yeah, so yeah, the minute that illusion drops, the bearskin rug becomes animated and attacks, and so we're gonna have to defeat this stupid brown bear, this brown bear rug. Okay, so Tufi, I think is so Tufi's first. Do we want to do a spell? I don't think we do. I expended 1 slot. I need to conserve those spells for the big bads, right? Shall we do Firebolt again? Let's do Firebolt. So Firebolt is +5 to hit. And I think we still have guidance. And then it's a 1d10 damage. So let's roll that and see what we get. Throw crab meat at it, yeah. Here, brown bear, have some food. Wow, that sucked. It only has 11 though. So a 6 plus 4 and +5 to hit. Actually, with the +5 to hit, that's enough. I don't need to spend my guidance on it. But I only did 1 damage to it. So we'll do 1. And then that's Tufi's turn. Octopus is going to give the help action to Tufi. And brown bear is up. So actually, let's do brown bear. So brown bear is up. Brown bear is going to attack Tufi. Let's see what brown bear does. Brown bear is a multi-attack with a bite and a claw. So let's do that. Bite and a claw. +6 to hit. Oh my god. Okay. Let's roll. +6. That was a 9. Sorry, that's a 9 and a 4 on those 2 hits. Tufi's armor class is 12. So that's a miss and a hit. On the hit, Tufi, as a reaction, casts Shield, which raises our AC to 17 until the next turn. And that means that that is not a hit. So brown bear does not hit us, either one. Yeah, Tufi was sort of gnawing at a spear of crab meat, and it's like, yeah. And so that is the multi-attack for brown bear. Plant is gonna go. I think Plant is gonna cast Bless to get everybody with their D4s again. And actually, that's an action, I think. Let me just check really quick. I'm pretty sure it's an action. Yeah, it's an action. And the thing about Bless is it's only attack rolls or saving throws, whereas Guidance is ability checks. I hope I have that right, or else I've been doing this all wrong. Target can roll a d4, add that number rolled to an ability check of its choice. Oh. I have been doing Guidance wrong. Actually, Guidance is for ability checks, not for attacks. Oh, shoot. Well, I screwed up. I've been hacking. I've been cheating. But at this point, what that means is that we're going to keep Guidance and Bless up. As we're just going to keep that going. Oh, except that's an actual spell, though, isn't it? No, Guidance is a cantrip. Bless is a first level spell. So yeah, so we're going to have to... up to a minute. Yeah, so we'll keep Guidance going, and then Bless will be whenever we've got combat going. So yeah, Plant is going to bless the rest of the party. So yeah, I've been doing that wrong. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it evens out. It's just I've used Guidance on attack rolls, so that's bad. That's my bad. But we're gonna use Bless and give everybody that. So Turtle is going to zip over and be a meat shield, and is going to attack overhead with Bless. And that's going to be actually that's a 1d10, isn't it? I need to look at Trident. Yeah, 1d10. No, it's a 1d8 versatile. It's 1d6 normally, so that's okay. That's fine. So it's a 1d8. So at least I've been doing that part right. Bless the maker, may its comings and goings. Yes, the spice must flow. The brown bear, the maple syrup must flow. Not for you, brown bear. Okay, so that's not a D10, that's a D8. So let's go ahead and roll this and see if turtle hits. That is a 2. We're not going to use that, by God. But we're just going to miss and be sad. Oh, wait. Actually, it's... No, there's no way that's a hit. There's no way that's a hit. Even with a plus... even with plus 6 to hit, that's not enough. Okay. All right. Well, okay, so Turtle's out. And Tufi's up again. Tufi is going to do... we're going to do Firebolt. So let's do Firebolt. And that is a 1d10. And we'll use Bless if we need it. Well, it's plus 5 to hit. That takes us to 10. We're going to use that Bless. That takes us to 14. It is only 1 hit point. So maybe I shouldn't use it. Screw it. I said I was going to use it. So we're at 2. 2 of 34. God. It actually is a hit. The AC is only 11 for this brown bear. Yeah. So with my plus to hit takes it to 10, and then with Bless it takes it up enough that I actually hit. Yeah. This bear is something, huh? Okay. So that was Tufi. Octopus. Wait. Oh man, I had my help action, and I didn't use it. That was an 11 to hit, so I did not use my Bless yet. So I'll keep that for the next time. Octopus is going to use help action again on Tufi. Brown bear is going to attack the big, huge-ass turtle that just showed up, and is going to try to hit. Multi-attack. That's a miss and a hit. Yeah, it is a hit. Just barely. And so that means turtle... Turtle is going to take... Holy crap. Wow. This brown bear hits like... Dang. Turtle just took 11 points of damage. Wow. Dang. Well, I guess we're level 2 now. Wow. Oh, that hurt. Okay, so that was Brown Bear's multi-attack. Jiminy Christmas. I think, I guess Plant is gonna come up and try to do quarterstaff. So we're gonna do quarterstaff with Plant does not have Bless, and so we're gonna do 1d8 with 2 hands. We're gonna try to give it a whack, and this is gonna be a +2 to hit. That is not enough. It would have been a palpable hit of 8, though. Wow, that hurt. And Turtle is up. Turtle is going to take an overhand hit. I can't remember. if I used my bless. So I'm going to pretend I didn't. And we're going to try overhand d8. So that's +6 to hit. 15, that's plenty to hit. I don't need to use that bless. That's a full 8 hit points. So Brown Bear is now at down 10. Oh, wow. And Tufi is now up again. Are we going to try that fire again? Help action, bless, and a d10 with firebolt. Let's do it. That's plenty to hit. I don't need my bless, and that's 6 damage. Yeah, just it's six fire damage. So we're at 16. Octopus is up. Octopus is going to give the help action to Tufi. And Brown Bear is up. Brown Bear is going to attack the huge-ass turtle that's in its face. Ow, wow. That's 2 hits. Ugh. So that's 22. That's 30 hit points down. Turtle is down to 30. But Turtle... Oh, Turtle is at 0. No. Turtle takes second wind. Bonus action on its turn to regain... Oh, it's on its... I forgot about this. It had to have been on its turn as a bonus action. Well, I'm gonna be... I'm sorry. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna be nice to myself. I'm gonna give it... I'm gonna give second action... second wind... when Turtle went down 11, we're going to use second wind to get 1d10 plus 2. So that's, we're going to get 8 back. So we are at 22. So that may be cheating, but it is what it is. It's my game. I'll do what I want. Respect my authority. Plant is up. Plant is going to... is going to try with the quarterstaff. I mean, it only has to get 11. 7 plus 4. That's enough. That's enough to hit, but it's only 2 hit points of damage. Anyhow, it's up to 18. So I mean, at least we've halved damaged this bear. Turtle is up. And Turtle... Plant should have cast healing. It really should have cast healing. My bad. That was silly. Okay, so we're gonna attack D8. That's enough to hit, but only 2 hit points of damage. That takes it to 20. And I think it's going to take... Well... If it moves away, it provokes. So I don't think we're going to do that. But I think what we're going to do... We've got one... We've got one spell left. Oh, no, actually, no. I've got more than one spell left. Because I can sacrifice my sorcery points. I can sacrifice 2 sorcery points for another spell slot. So I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave. I gotta do it. And so that's gonna be a 2d8. So the bear is gonna do a Constitution save. Ooh, it's gonna be good at that. Constitution save. Against my DC. What is my DC? 13. Oh, God, it's going to totally do this. Okay, and 2d8. There we go. Oh, yes! A 2! The brown bear got a 2! Hell yeah! Brown bear goes splat against the wall, 10 feet, and takes 11 points of damage. That takes it to 31. And then Tufi moves in the way in front of Turtle. So Turtle doesn't go down. And Octopus is up. I think at this point we just want to do damage. We only need 3 hit points of damage, so Octopus is going to go ahead and do a short bow attack with Bless, and that's going to be 1d8. Come on, big numbers, no whammies. Big numbers, no whammies. Let's go. Oh, God, that was a 6. Plus 2 is 8. Oh, plus 4. That's enough to hit. But we only did 1 point of damage. No, wait. Hold on. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 piercing. Dead. That bear is dead. And what happens is actually Octopus takes out the sort of the driftwood and kelp bow with the sea urchin spine, smacks it right in the face, and it like right into the into its face, and it rattles this bearskin rug, and it just crumbles, like the head. It's sort of wavy cape bear rugness crumbles to the ground, and out of its mouth pops out a key. So that is pretty cool. I think we're going to take at least a short rest, and I think I'm going to call it for today. But we have defeated the bear in this weird little mirror room, and we have found a key, which presumably is the key to this magical lock. There is still another room, or at least a door, over to this side that we don't know what it is. We need to tick this down, probably... I mean, to be fair, it's probably ticked down all the way, especially if we take a rest. So our threat is gone down. So we're gonna have to deal with the party trying to come up the ropes next time. And so that's what we'll be doing. We'll be doing a race to try and get through here before the enemies do. And that's what we'll do next time. So Van, thanks so much for participating and helping out, and for your input and for the dialogue for the skeletons. That's awesome. And I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I'm gonna take a break and have some lunch, and then I might be back with Stranger Things after my break. Not sure. Not sure. We'll see, because I need to check my messages to see. Yeah, there's a message. So I need to check what the what my contractor has said, whether they're actually showing up or not, and that'll determine whether I am coming back. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.